what Coach Mike is putting down.
Oh, Coach Canuck.
Coach Mike.
Here we go. A little bit of Coach Mike.
So when I hint at originality, it's something that we have actually probably never done. If this happens, it has never been done. But Daily A is supposed to be a Suzuki East course, which is whatever, we've done that here and there. But they're going to get Comfort Soft tires and possibly the brand new stupid fucking ambulance.
Oh my god.
So there's their originality in the game right there. So, you know.
Ambulance.
Love it.
That's the only time.
Hold on.
That's
Jamie?
the only originality they ever have.
I'm going to put my
Jamie
kid in the
sometimes.
VR and drive him around like I'm taking him to soccer practice.
One of the gifts to us for watching the Gran Turismo show was an ambulance. That was their new car. Here's not just not like an American ambulance or a British ambulance that has some horsepower. No, it's one of the old school Japanese Toyota bus, like Toyota van ambulance. So not even a cool ambulance.
Yeah. So
What the
like
fuck?
that's the
that's
the
no.
originality.
This is what they do.
And now, but race B though, from what I understand now, is going to be in a track we've never probably ever done before. I'm just kidding.
Lago Maggiore.
Dragon Trail Gardens.
I don't mind that. I like Dragon Trail Gardens. It's one of my favorite tracks.
Hard
I've said
tires.
that before. It's a fun
most
track.
likely the
Of course.
Group 3 cars for 4 to 6 laps.
Okay.
So Porsche possibly.
Yeah, Porsche will be good.
I think race B
the
would be
RCZ.
Group 4, wouldn't it? Because
Group
race
4.
race C was Group 4 this week.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
So
Yeah.
Group
Oh,
B,
yeah, so that could be
Group
Group
B should
4.
be C. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, getting to that aspect, because usually they're never the same in back-to-back in a row, Daily C and Daily B. B should be Group 4.
Yeah.
But maybe Group 3 because Daily C could be the Group 3 or Group 2 cars.
Probably do then if they made
'cause-
daily Group 3.
Yeah. Deep Forest Raceway on the soft tires, 5 times fuel.
mediums.
Or sorry, 5 times tires and 2 times fuel. One mandatory pit stop in it, 10 lapper probably, and it could be in the Group 3 or the Group 2 cars, and then Group.
I'm
like
impressed.
that's, I
Group
mean,
2.
That
yeah,
sounds like
and then B could be either the opposite, obviously, either Group 3 or Group 4, depending on what C is going to be end up. So there's kind of a
Wait,
bit of
what
a mix
track?
there.
What track is that?
Deep Forest Raceway.
Do we know the tire wear fuel?
5
Five
tire,
and
2 fuel.
2 fuel.
So fuel shouldn't be no issue. It should be, but tires might be a bit of an issue. I think they're about 5, 6, and they start wearing off. You could probably make it on 3 on the set if you were good, but with a mandatory pit stop, you might as well just go 5 and 5 or 4, 6 or kind of thing, depending.
Yeah,
on,
undercut, overcut.
I'm gonna make a lobby and see, but it's probably gonna be like 7-3.
Yeah.
Especially-
Like depending
Yeah,
on but you'll have that window where you undercut, overcut, because I think you might as well, especially because if it's Group 2, the dirty air is going to be killer on the tires and everything as well. So
Oh, Group 3 is
I
killer on
believe
the tires
you're
too.
probably going to want to change your tires and not risk the rears or something like that going away from you in those cars.
You think they would
'Cause
do
you'll be
Group
in the
2
wall.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope
They've got
so.
Group 1 there.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that. Damn.
I think it was one of the Toyota Cup ones.
Oh, okay. Oh. Well, I hope it's Group 2. That'd be nice. Because it's been Group 3 and Group
me
4 here
too.
for a minute. Ready for a little switch up.
Now, if it is, even though I don't like saying it, if it is Group 2, the GTRs in usually the OP thing there for something like that, this kind of a course. But the NSX
Yeah,
might
the
be a
NSX,
good go because of it's not the greatest for tires, but it is really quick in and out and through the corners. It rotates a bit better in my opinion, but if you're going to do tire change anyways, that might be an option.
What about the Audi? The DRS.
I don't think it's got the.
No, the
I don't think
Audi's
it's
just a
got-
car that they gave us, but it's a shit
Yeah.
car that
That
doesn't.
I
car
like it.
No, it's a good
needs the
car.
I like it.
DRS.
Good car.
I like
It
the
just
DRS.
doesn't
but
run well
Straight-
with anything.
The
Yeah, that DRS
was good.
only thing keeps it even.
You have to do a one make race
What?
with that car. It's a very good
Yeah.
car.
Yeah, the DRS only helps it keep up with the Group 2 cars for the most part.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be down to the usual GTR, the Lexus, or the Honda. If it's Group 3,
usually does pretty good,
you're kind of probably going to be Group 3 cars. You're probably leaning again to the freaking
RCF,
damn
yeah,
Supra.
on tires.
RCF might be good. From what I've seen, that the Mercedes the new one isn't too bad for tire wear.
2020, yeah.
Somebody
If you really want to go and give yourself a challenge, if it's Group 3, go Ferrari.
What was that, Chris?
I said somebody's got a practice lobby with for next Daily C with Group 3s right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Group 3s? All right. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's almost like because there's going to be a pit stop and tire wear is pretty high. I think it's going to be a bit of an open race if it's Group 3, honestly.
I might try that Mazda
because of the
again.
heavier tire wear.
They have the BOP
the-
balanced pretty good. For
The
the
Supra
cars.
Tire stuff like that.
is great. The Supra's great, but it's not going to be able to last with tires for, it's going to have to go close to a 5.5 split to make it work for it. Like the McLaren,
only
the
5 tire
Porsche,
wear.
yeah, but it's a lot of S's through.
Supra will be dominant. So the GTR.
But it'll.
I think the Mazda
I
will
think
do
the
well,
Supra will
too.
die off on.
Mazda will
I
do
think
well.
the tires are going to die it off it, just like at Spa. The Toyota
Citroen
was
should
great
do
there,
well.
but it died at the end with the tires.
Yeah.
So that's, like every day it'll be open. Certain cars that have better tires will be able to. The race will come back.
Ooh, the BRZ.
You know what I mean? So even the BRZ's got a bit of a boost lately too, so it could be more viable,
I like that
especially with
BRZ.
tire wear. So, but again, it's all Group 3 or Group 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll be able to use a bunch of different cars in this race.
I know I will be. I don't like using the Supra unless I absolutely have to because it's a one make.
Yeah.
I'd rather kind of almost lose, not say purposefully, but lose purposefully by not using the OP car just to have more fun.
So softs and mediums are required, or just mediums?
Just softs on C.
Oh,
It's
just
softs
softs.
only. Yeah.
Okay.
Mandatory stop. That should be, no, that should be decent. Doesn't sound too bad. Doesn't. Last week
I
wasn't
think it's
too
going to
bad.
come. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
last
really
week
no-
was good.
I think we need to watch or get some information, obviously, before once they actually launch the
Right.
races, that we know what the base strategies could be.
Mm-hmm.
If tire wear is not going to be horrid in the end, then maybe you can do the first lap, second lap, third lap. Pit stop, get the clean air.
Right.
Because
get
it
that
might
clean
come
air.
down to tires are fine if you have clean air.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing.
I'm gonna
So
do some
maybe
guys-
it's worthwhile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Chris,
So-
are you doing the Toyota race?
No, I haven't done that all
Yeah.
season.
Okay.
We don't do them much either, but we're going to probably do them tonight.
Yeah.
Just for the hell of it. I think
Just
it's one
for the hell of
last
it,
races.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just to see.
Yeah, we were trying
what's
to get
up.
Jamie to do it, and he told us to piss off. He's not going to make an American.
We told him just to make an American count, grind it out for an hour or so before the races, and then come on.
I'll tell you what,
He's trying
right?
to
3
avoid those
3 a.m.
4 hours late nights. He's trying to get a good night's sleep and you're ready for work tomorrow morning.
Oh no, I got bank holiday, mate. I'm off.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. So you're gonna start a count, grind it out tonight then. Okay, perfect. All right. We'll see you in a
That
couple
sounds
hours.
great.
You know who actually
Oh,
needs
man,
to get a
what-
second account?
Yeah, the
Oh,
old
no,
man.
Yeah.
Probably me.
The old man.
Yeah.
Uncle Todd needs to get a second account. No,
Yeah, so you can have
Brandon,
some
you've
big
got
fun
to.
races.
You've just got to use your main
Yeah,
account.
use your first account.
You got to use your
Yeah.
first account.
Brandon's the little brother that we keep around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chris, do you have regional accounts at all, or just your one main only?
I have my a couple like Europe accounts and a couple Australian accounts.
Oh, nice,
shit,
nice. How do you find actually then? Because I haven't talked to many people, but how do you find the oceanic connections?
Crap. It's always gonna be crap.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how good of friends you are with the people that live there. The connections are just horrible. Like I race with Greg Digger and Romeo on a regular basis, and like we do practice and stuff, and I do coaching with them, and we'll be racing side by side. Right? There's a clear gap between our cars of like 3 feet. Okay, and I get nudged over by air.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
Yeah,
I'm like, "Bro, get off my
this
car." He's like, I'm nowhere near you.
Right.
And I look like, you were nowhere near me. I'm like, what is it?
Yeah,
That's GT7 epilepsy.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, but
Just like
that
the
shit
worst-
happens on
the
iRacing
worst
as well, man.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, net code shit. Yeah.
Mm.
It's
Well,
tragic. at
and this
times,
is sort
'cause
of-
it can literally ruin a race.
Yeah.
Well, this is sort of like when we were doing the race, when we were doing the 24-hour race, and one of the dudes is from Australia,
yeah. When you have
And
people from all over,
and I've raced with him in other leagues, and he always has issues. He's a great driver. He's a super fast driver. The problem is he never takes into account that he has issues
Yeah.
with connection when he's racing against people on our side of the world. He never takes that into account, so he'll fucking smash right through people and go, "Well, it was it was code. It was lag." And it's like, "No, you can't use that excuse anymore. You know that there's going to be an issue. You need to also know that you need to be ready to avoid those people and not
Drive
do that."
responsibly that way, knowing it.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
is
you
issues.
just drive a little
like,
bit safer.
I don't know, man. I think
No,
it's
no, no,
league racing.
no. He won't. He won't do that.
talks it
Because-
up to
It got to the point that in that league, I was penalizing him almost every race.
Yeah.
I'm like, you deserve a 5 or 10 second penalty because even though you're fast as fuck, you know that you have issues, and that's your problem. Everybody knows it. So you got to be careful. And if you're not careful and you do this, we're penalizing you. You can't use lag as the issue anymore.
That's when you need
Sorry.
to just call me to come race him, and I'll just put my nose into his quarter panel and be like, "This is what you're doing."
Whoops!
Like
it
that
was
one
lag.
guy that's in prison, and he just stabs people, and he's like, "What?" He's like, "Oh, that's what I've been doing to people. Yeah, that's what you've been doing to people." It's like, this is what it's like when you're lagging a little bit, and I just don't care.
You need to go liveries with the enforcer. written on it or something like that.
Yeah, no, he is.
Yeah.
Gets let out to the fucking wall, and I'm like, that's what it's like. Like, you gotta give a little bit of fucking space,
It should be called
Yeah.
Robo Harco.
right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not.
The enforcer. He's a
I'm not
hockey
like
guy.
that when I
He's
race
Chris is
people.
a total hockey guy.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the enforcer, some hockey term, and
Yeah, like if the ref's not looking
Yeah.
and you want to do something stupid, I'm gonna hack you in the back of your legs too. I don't give
Woo,
a fuck.
yeah.
Yeah,
We can do this all day.
Exactly.
I like it.
That's hockey. That's hockey, man.
Yeah.
I like his
You're gonna
style.
lose some teeth.
We all grew up that way.
We,
Exactly. That's why 90% of Canadian males have hockey teeth. Because when the ref ain't looking, you're getting payback.
Oh shit.
That's funny because that's why it's weird because 90% of English males have hockey teeth, but that's just because they don't have dentists.
It's expensive. We do a DIY dentistry.
Sorry, I had to. Come on, I have to. Oh,
Well, did I hear the ding?
Yeah.
did you hear what?
We didn't hear nothing. I
Yeah,
didn't hear nothing.
I
Didn't
mean,
hear nothing.
it doesn't matter.
We can go wherever we
Doesn't
want.
matter.
I'm kind of actually a little disappointed
Wow.
In
that a couple of our friends didn't come out to talk to us today again.
oh,
We
Oh,
were,
that
we were all going to have a sit down
hilarious.
about that that issue.
Yeah,
thing.
but guess what? We're not going to talk about it unless they're here.
No, because they said they want to discuss it. So
Yep.
That's right.
So we're going to have to wait until next time.
yeah,
Next
So-
time when they decide they want to be on, but they're, that's their choice. You can't be mad at them.
they even said no, but they said this week they would be here to discuss it, and we've been holding off for so long.
Been a
I
year.
know.
And,
Right.
Yeah, it's been a year.
Yeah, it has been a year. That's true.
Yeah.
year.
It has been a year, but they don't want to talk about it. But I will tell you something that is really funny. It makes me happy that league is dying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Are you guys going to make your own league?
Slow and tragic.
Hold on,
death.
say that again.
Are you guys going to make your own league? PDX league?
We
Or what?
thought about it.
Oh
Yeah.
well. That's the funny thing is you brought that up. I brought it to the guys and was like, hey, and we'll just keep it the people
This
that we
one.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got
Yeah.
plenty of
Keep it
people
people-
to
whoever's
fit a
around.
grid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can fit a grid.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I think
Oh,
too
yeah.
in the off
Yeah, I
season
think so.
when everyone's home and chilling.
It's a shame that our time differences are
Right.
so dramatic. Otherwise, it'd be great
Yeah.
to do like a British versus US versus.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, but if
That
we
would've
could,
been
we,
bad.
we
Coor-
could figure
we could
that
coordinate
we
it
could
and
figure
make it
that
work.
out.
Sunday mornings
Yeah,
for us.
we
Yeah.
could figure that out.
Mhm.
Yeah, Sunday mornings for us would work,
Saturday,
Mhm.
evening.
Yeah.
or Saturdays. Saturday mornings or Saturday, mid afternoon or early
Evening for you
afternoon.
guys, yeah.
Stuff like that works for
Yeah.
us. We could figure it out, and we've got enough.
Yeah.
We've got enough people to have a
Yeah.
the
Or we can fill half of it with just PDX to half a grid.
yeah
Oh, yeah.
easily
Yeah.
half a grid with PDX. So
No
then
Canadians, though.
and then
Yeah.
and then we just call in Hako and
Yep.
and Mike to win it for the Americans.
With
That's
their
all we got to
fucking
do. That's
mid quarter, fucking mid apex fuel changing.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'll be coaching our whole team all week, every fucking week, and it's just gonna be North Americans
Be like-
a mile ahead, and then everybody else is just like fighting for 7.
Woo.
Oh,
Yeah, it'll be like the Ryder the
Ryder Cup?
of sim racing.
Sim
Yeah.
racing.
You
Yeah,
guys should
we do need to figure something out.
Oh, sorry,
You need to do a PDX
virtual
league.
racing.
Virtual.
Oh
Yeah, virtual. Sorry, we're virtual. We're not sim racers. We're virtual racers.
Hey,
Yeah.
the thing at that point, a virtual racer versus real racer, it's like that's kind of what distinguishes us as racers, though.
Yeah.
Is we have immense experience in the virtual world of racing.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? You can't, like, there are people that race on GT that have raced in real life,
Mhm.
and they're still real race car drivers,
Right.
Yeah.
right? But how do you, like, you can't just say that, like, a person that races a real car all the time and risks their life every time they jump on a car is the same as me sitting at home on my wheel, right?
Mm.
It's just not, right? And
Mhm.
that's where I'm just like, if somebody calls me a virtual racer, it's like, yeah, I'm a virtual racer and I race virtually, right? But if you put me in your car, I bet you I'd still beat your ass.
Yeah.
Well, all you got to look at, right, Harko, is like fucking James Baldwin on the ACC side of things, right? He was smashing the ACC, like he was winning different championships within ACC. Gets signed up by Jensen Button to go race in the British GT.
Oh, okay.
Fucking wins it.
Yeah.
Wins it. Do you know what I mean? Like that.
Damn.
that
Because
is
guess
your
what? You're
fucking-
still working on fundamentals.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
fundamentals.
It's still mastery of driving a fucking car either way.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. It takes fucking balls. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
sending it into the corner like you would do in a sim is going to be completely different in the real world. man.
Oh yeah.
It's more risk, but you also have more confidence because when I do it on the game and I hop on a curb and I try to lean on my front outside tire, hoping that it's gonna like
Yeah.
stay there, and it doesn't, and it stutters a little bit, and I slide slightly, right?
Yeah.
That's the game doing that. But if I'm in real life, I'm gonna be in the moment feeling that, and
Yeah.
it's just gonna hit the road grip, and I'm gonna take off.
Yeah.
And that's the
Wow.
result of mastering something that's almost real compared to having that real life grip and feel of the car.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
it teaches you to simulate all these physics that you wouldn't otherwise feel. It's like
Yeah.
taking away one of your senses, right? When we have to sim race, we're taking away one of our senses, which is our sense of feeling of G-force
But-
and movement,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And when we have to simulate that in our brain and become a master of that in our brain to figure out how to be fast on the game, right? That's what makes you that much better when we put you in a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're understanding the
Well,
theory of it
and
before even.
Jermaine talks
Mhm.
about that
Yeah. Yep.
because Jermaine races in real life. He's got his own car and he races and he talks about it. He goes, honestly, the only difference is you get a lot more exhilaration out of the feel of the G-force.
Yeah.
He goes,
Oh, dude, I bet
but
your
you're still
fucking
setting up your
adrenaline's
lines
just
and
pumping.
braking and all that shit. Yeah.
And that's like another thing I have to point out to people when I coach them is I have to explain like you don't have physical forces on your body and you're going to have to figure out
Yeah.
what's going on with the car and read it with like feeling what the car's doing and like your
Mhm.
eyes and paying attention to how it's reacting.
Retuning
And
your
that-
senses, like
Mhm.
And like
Yeah.
those are some of the things that I teach people of like how to train their brain to drive on the game is
Yeah.
why they get fucking results. It's
Yeah.
not because I tell you to fucking break a 100-meter board in a straight line and then
Yeah.
hit the apex properly, right? That's
Yeah.
easy. But like
Yeah.
if I can get you to think of way more than that and
Mhm.
really get in tune with the car, well, that's gonna produce fucking results. That's where you're
Yeah.
gonna find 2 seconds a lap, where before you were just off rhythm and weren't comfortable. And you know what I mean? I know everybody when they get a wheel, same thing with me. When I first drove on a wheel, I'll never forget the feeling. I
Yeah.
felt
Oh, yeah.
like I was a fish out of water and nothing went with my hands or my feet. Nothing was in time with what it was supposed to be. And you need seat time and you need to get your head in the game in order for all that to match up.
Mhm.
Right. And the faster I
Yeah.
can get that to match up for people, the faster they'll start to get to a
Be
level
more
where then you
competitive.
can start building, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't really build someone as a driver until they get that kind of comfort where they're in control of the car completely, and then they can do what they want from there.
I've been getting lessons from Josh Benson, and he's exactly what you just like said there. Replicates it word for word. Like it doesn't matter what the car is or what the downforce is or what your ABS or traction control is. It's about getting a lump of metal around that track in the quickest possible time that lump of metal could possibly do it. And
Yeah.
it is, and he teaches me like, don't. You're trying to drive fast, like, so he teaches me something called granny mode, and granny mode is literally like, letting off the throttle a little bit more before your braking zone, easing on the brakes, and just trying to determine your limits and grip around each corner, and then pushing it a little bit more every time. But yeah,
Yeah.
every time I'm over pushing, like in my live streams, everybody now says to me, "Granny mode, don't forget granny mode," and I appreciate it because like I think, oh yeah, fuck, I'm
Yeah, you just
pushing.
gotta chill and gauge your speed. That's what a lot of
Yeah,
young
yeah,
kids
yeah,
just
Yeah.
push. The
Yeah.
problem is people get the A and they want to get the A plus, and they
Mhm.
think, okay, I'll just brake 50 meters later and turn
Yeah.
twice as hard and just put twice as much G-force on the car. And I'm like, okay, so you can what, be half a second slower and fry your tires to shit and
Exactly.
do absolutely nothing, right?
Yeah.
And I explain that to people all the time, and I'm like, it's about being smooth and fast.
Yeah,
Like it's all about finesse. You
I'm
want to gauge
still
your
guilty of
speed.
that.
It's more about gauging speed and just controlling the momentum of the car and how
Yeah.
it's rotating,
Yeah,
right? Because if you create understeer mid corner, that's gonna fuck you up. If you create oversteer mid corner, that's gonna drag your front end out to the fucking outside of the track after.
yeah,
Like that's what oversteer does. Basically, you're taking your ass end, you're pulling it fucking 3 feet behind the left side or right side of your car, and now that's where your car is gonna end up, where your rear tires are. Like
You're like, You're like the Professor Brian Cox of fucking sim racing.
Yeah. Like I break everything down. Like
Yeah.
I think I can sit there and I can give like lectures to a bunch of kids that want to learn how to go fast.
Yeah.
And like they'll all just, you know what I mean? You put them in go-karts after listening to me for an hour, and it's like, here, just grab a camera and watch. Like this is racing.
Yeah.
You
Hell
know?
Yeah.
It's even like you do your little track guides and stuff like that. Like I've never seen so much in-depth thoroughness. Like pause it, go to walk around the car on the corner, show the angles, show like you got to be coming through like this and do like this proper so that you can not just get through, but to maintain your angle for exit over here. And you know, I mean, it's super informative, like almost overwhelming at times, like the way that you kind of do things. But if you listen to it, it's all true, and it will make you better.
Yeah. That's one thing I try to work on is the overwhelming part. I try not to be so overwhelming, but you kind of have to be if you really want people to learn.
Right.
Like you just have to throw fucking information out there, and people are going to grab what they can. But like people are always going to grab different shit, and I can't just tailor it. Be like, okay, well, I'm going to simplify this to make it really basic so that everybody understands what I'm saying. But some people that already know this shit learn nothing, right?
I'll just subscribe to your channel, man.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I need that shit in my life.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I got
Absolutely.
I got a lobby open. It's filling up. I got like 7 out of 16 people in here, 8 out of 16 people in here. So if you guys want to come, just grab a spot. You know what I mean? When we're done the podcast, we can go do some laps.
Some layups.
I've literally just subscribed to your channel, mate. Yeah, I think it's fucking. You speak a lot of sense, man.
Yeah, he does.
It's the way. It's the way you deliver it. I think. It's just.
And like
I'm a good
yourself
coach.
knowing racing.
I take pride. I take as much pride in coaching people how to fucking drive as I do driving. And I hate fucking up just a little bit when I drive. Yeah. If I'm a little off line, or I make a slight mistake, or I brake just a little bit late, I get irritated.
Yep.
Right.
I think with Chris, like, he's helpful for everybody. But if you already kind of know the basics of driving and you're fairly at least half decent, what he tells you, you can grasp so easily because you understand the concepts. And that it's just like, oh, okay, whereas other people are like, I'm not sure what he means. Like, okay, I'll try that, I guess. Where it's like, oh shit, I didn't think about that. You know, like, oh, I can do that. Definitely, that makes sense. Oh, that's where I just lost all my time from. Oh, I didn't do that. You know, like it's beneficial, but I think he can make good drivers great drivers too.
Yeah,
because of the knowledge already.
I think exactly that. We already have the foundations, so he can literally we think we have the foundations. Well, actually, no, mate. You need to do this. But he can speak to us with terminology that we already know,
exactly.
And he's like, just breaks it down a lot easier. Just speaking to the likes of him and a couple of guys that I've spoken with in the past. It's fucking helped me loads in the last couple of years. But decent.
It's great. I mean,
decent.
Well, it's nice. Yeah, it's nice being friends with someone like him too, because he's a person that you can talk to, and he doesn't talk down to you.
Yeah.
Like that's whereas so many people that we've dealt with who've been on our team.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh yeah, they're not like Chris will be like, hey, what's here, and he'll, oh dude, you shit up here. Yeah. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Whereas I've had another person that would be like, oh well, just go watch Lester's video.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's not the question I asked. I mean, I'm like asking you because you can describe it to me, not just go, hey, go watch Lester's video.
Yeah.
But Chris's guides are great.
People get to a certain level and they're just like, oh well, now I'm good and everybody else is dumb. And it's like, I don't know. I know what it's like to be the fucking outcast, or the one that like people don't expect anything from, or people don't think it's important, right? So I'm kind of like introverted that way, where I'm a lot closer with people, and I'm a lot more genuine with people than a lot of like, you know what I mean? Like extroverted people where they're just kind of like, oh, hey, how's it going? Right. They keep everything kind of like at arm's length, yada, yada, yada. And I'll just like sit there and have like a one-on-one conversation with people, even when I'm in like a group. Right.
Yeah.
And
that's what I felt tonight. That's what I felt tonight. Like, it's just, I've been chatting to you. Fuck these other guys.
But like, that's kind of like just something of just like the way I've grown up is I treat everybody as an equal, and I've never thought that I'm more important than everybody else. Like even when I coach people, like it's not you paying for my time. Like your time is just as valuable as my fucking time. It's like the whole reason why I'm here is to make you fucking better. So if you don't get better, well then I wasted my time and I wasted your time and we fucking accomplished nothing. Right. And like that's just how I look at it. And that's why I'm successful at what I do, because I'm also a person where I've learned I've been a fool a lot, right? Where I used to just talk for no reason. I would just open my mouth, just say dumb shit and, you know what I mean, make people laugh or whatever. But as I got older, I just started to shut up, and I would just sit there and observe. And I would only say something when it really, really mattered and I felt like it was important. And I just started applying that on a regular basis. So like whenever I sit there and I coach people, I just sit there and I watch and I watch and I watch. I look for the most important things. Right. And then that's what I start telling them while I'm sitting there, just, you know what I mean? Watching them do laps, and then slowly critique from there and just work on stuff like that. And just starting with a base and just being able to look at like what are key weaknesses that you can work on to make strengths. That's what slowly builds good drivers into great drivers, because then you become good all around, right? Rather than just like you're strong in one car, but we put in another car and you're just terrible because you don't know how to drive that driver, right? You want to be able to just hop in anything and just be able to dust anybody because you just have that awareness of like, this is what I'm in, this is what it'll do, and this is how I drive.
That's like Ollie, like basic Ollie. He can literally jump into any car, any sim, and apply a base level of principles and smash it. Because he's a fucking prick. But yeah, he can smash it.
Right.
Yeah, but it's all discipline when it comes down to it. As long as you respect the car and you know what the car will do and you don't exceed that, you'll be 100 times faster than you'll ever be trying to push it.
Yeah, because I push too hard and overdrive.
Same here, mate. That's one of my downfalls. Especially when I see my Doubt in the green, I push harder.
Yep.
And I think
it's also chasing adrenaline, though. You're chasing that adrenaline a little bit.
Yeah.
It's okay to push a little bit harder, but you also have to make sure that you stay a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
Right? As you increase your pace, you're going to have to start leading the car a little bit more because you're going to understeer that little bit more through the apex.
Yeah.
Right.
You guys should definitely do a podcast in a video format where Chris is literally like tutoring the drivers.
That'd be good.
Like in a video format, literally like a live tuition. I've done like live tutorials with like the likes of Jordan Sherratt, and that did really well. And I think if you guys should definitely do it with Chris. Like do live Gran Turismo fucking tutorial sessions. I think you guys would fucking smash it. Like, yeah, that'd be amazing. I'd tune in to watch that.
Hell yeah!
Because already doing this podcast tonight, I've learnt loads from Chris already.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
It really is.
Thanks, man.
That's
man.
because
That's
we know
what we
good
want.
people.
Yep.
We know good people.
Making them
that's
connections.
Yeah.
In the sim world, exactly.
And you make connections, and you don't. This is the other thing too. Being nice to people. Complimenting people. If I get beaten in a race by somebody fair and square, we had a good time.
That's why.
Shut up, you. Hey, I don't need to hear from some shitty fucking Western Canadian. It's one of those things where it's like saying, hey, that was fucking amazing, even if you lose.
Yeah.
You know, that gets you in good with that person. So the next time you race them, you guys can have a good race and not have to worry about one guy trying to smash the other. Monday night, dude bumped into me, I bumped into him. He backed off, I backed off, and we had a great race. And at the end of the race, he's just like, "Oh my gosh, that was so awesome! I'm following your stream now."
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yep.
It's just being nice to people for the most part. But you don't have to be nice to everybody. You don't have to be nice to everybody. They're assholes out there for sure. Lots of them. Mike, just
saying.
Listen, I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but Mike, that's just.
I was gonna say Jim myself.
Hey, shut up!
2-1. Jim wins the vote. Jim is the asshole.
That's true.
Vote closed.
Too funny.
I don't have a problem saying I'm an asshole. Believe me, I don't have any problem saying that.
I'm just grabbing a drink, guys. I'll be back in a sec.
10-4.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just looks like Judge.
Ooh, Judge.
It's going live.
Judge
is going live.
He's gone live. Judge is live right
Oh,
now.
the
He's
6
putting in some
o'clock.
laps there. Yep,
Ooh.
he's going in doing laps on the old Road America.
Toyota.
Or excuse me, not Road America.
Road Atlanta.
In the Yoda. Oh boy.
In the Yoda.
Woo!
And that's that race tonight, right?
Yes.
That's that race tonight. Yes, sir. Yep. In that
Mundo.
in that car. Looks like Sports Hards. Ooh. That should make it fun though.
Yeah.
Make it fun chasing that car around.
Make
there.
it interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So did anybody watch the Formula One race today?
Sure did. Sure did.
Was it a Zandvoort?
Yeah.
Zandvoort,
Rain, dry, rain.
Yeah,
Rain, dry, rain.
Standard Zandvoort.
Yeah.
Dude, it got wild.
Yeah,
It was good.
Verstappen. Yeah, tires made it exciting.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good race. That was a lot of fun to watch. Let's see, Alonso ended up second. And Gasly ended up on the podium, third.
Yeah.
Nice.
Carlos,
as Danny
was
would
up
say,
there.
Pierre Gasly.
Old Danny Rick is having
I'm sorry.
surgery.
You ever see him? Anytime he drives anywhere with F1, he sees Pierre Gasly. He fucking just like Pierre Gasly. He embarrasses him, just yells it out top of his lungs. Oh my god, it's so funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was a good qualifying was crazy cool.
Qualifying was good. Seeing both of those Williams in the quali 3, and then
I know
old Sargent,
poor old Logan Sargent,
and then in the race the same thing.
Same thing. Yeah,
crashing out. Too bad for him.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was doing pretty good.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, fucking Ferrari
Yes,
shit the bed again.
Strategy? What are you talking about? Strategy? We don't have no stinking strategy.
Bad. Something was wrong with Charles's car. Sainz finished fifth.
So Yep.
He did all right.
Sorry, what was the podium? Who was on podium?
Max.
Podium was
Max Fernando.
Max
took it for
Fernando,
sure, and then Fernando
Gasly.
Yeah.
But
Alpine.
man, Fernando Alonso must be getting a taste for it to next season. He's gonna be like, "Fuck, I'm going for it."
Right.
Like, one more championship. Let's go.
Let's get it.
It's funny because just after like a week ago or so, they had an interview and talk with him, and he's just like, you know what? This is like one of my best, like previous years and stuff. He goes, I'm having a great time this year. Like this year has been absolutely phenomenal. Best way to kind of end the career. And I couldn't give a rat's ass basically if we don't even smell a podium for the rest of the year. And what's he do?
enjoying the
Fucking
race.
pulls.
Gets a podium.
Yeah, exactly. He's
Yeah.
enjoying the race in a good car. There's good competition around him right now.
Yeah.
And so he's just like, whatever, I don't care. And what's he do? The next race after he says that, he grabs second. It's just
Right.
like, oh my God, man! Like he's I'm so happy for him to be able to finish. I wasn't a fan of his younger years kind of thing, but just the way he's kind of changed a bit and got a little bit better mindset for it. It's just like, I kind of like him, and I'm kind of rooting for him
Yeah, I'm
every
rooting
time
for
just
him.
to have a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
race.
For
man.
this year.
Yeah.
It's cool to see.
Doing it for the old guys.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
man.
exactly,
Those
kind
guys.
of thing. Like the
Yeah.
last of the old guy regime kind of thing.
Right.
Everybody else is come and gone, and he's still hanging in there, and not like a hanger on at the end, of his career in 20th place and stuff like that. He, battling it out for podiums and that, and possibly getting, having a fight for second overall, like and so it's just like, it's kind of cool to see.
It's funny how he's sort of become a underdog. Even though he's like a world champion, he's all of a sudden considered as an underdog now. And
Yeah, because he's past his prime. He's old compared to everybody else.
What, he's like
even the
44?
other.
I love it.
Like even look down the lineup. Like everybody who's in the older category of sorts is fading away down the list or retiring and such like that. Like, and he's kind of gone from the top down to the bottom, and now is climbing back to the top on that like tail end of his career. It's kind of one of those things that just like wish almost Red Bull wasn't so dominant, because it would be so amazing for him to be going out on a possible championship battle, not just trying to maybe get second because Max has pulled away so fucking far.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's unstoppable.
Right.
Which they had 9 win straights, tied the record.
Like Lewis
I want
Hamilton's
to see him win the whole
38
fucking
years old.
season. I want to see Max win every race for an entire season, start to finish.
Yeah,
that would be insane.
Do you know what? Like, Max
He's
Verstappen
only
gets a lot of
25.
he gets a lot of shit, right?
25.
Yeah.
But that dude, I've got so much respect for him, man. He is
Big fan.
I got
I'm a big
respect for
fan.
him. Don't like him.
No, I'm not.
Big
That
respect.
dude
I like
races. That dude races every day.
Yeah.
He gets done with his race weekend and he goes onto his sim.
Yep.
Goes onto his sim and he's racing.
Redline.
Yeah.
You know what?
Racing on his sim, whether he's doing races or not, he is always practicing and always making himself better.
Let's compare him, right, to British drivers right now. Lewis Hamilton, Lewis Hamilton's a fucking ledge.
Right.
But however, let's move on to like George Russell. I don't think George Russell's that caliber of a champion. I just don't. I don't even see the championship in him.
He can
Lando
maybe
Norris,
do one.
I think Lando Norris is a fantastic character, a genuinely good person. Is he
World champion?
World champion worthy of like Lewis Hamilton or Max Verstappen?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
And you know what? I'm going to say that to this as well.
Levels,
Lando is talented.
Max and Lewis are on
But
different
Lando
levels.
doesn't have the cutthroat. He doesn't have that cutthroat ability like that.
You know what you need to do? You need to put both those kids in a fucking life or death situation. That's what you need.
Yes, mate. Yeah. A contract like you're racing for a contract. Go. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lando's too nice on the track as well. He gives up positions without fighting.
Third place in the fucking championship, or you're not going to drive.
Yeah.
We need you to go win now. Like you've had fun learning.
Ultimatums.
Now go do something. Right?
You got to race for your contract now.
Nobody's going to tell them that.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be like, hey, all of a sudden you got to grow a set of balls. So nobody's going to walk up to those drivers and tell them that. I'll fucking walk up to them straight to their face and be like, hey, Lando, how successful you want to be? Huh?
Yeah.
Just so you know,
grow a pair.
some shithead fucking kid.
Nuts.
All right? That's all you are right now. You're just some 20-something-year-old shithead fucking kid, and you still don't know fuck all. You see fucking Fernando over there? Yeah. That guy's fucking been there, done that, doesn't give a fuck. All right? And he'll still beat your ass any day of the week. And he's almost twice your age. Okay? So, unless you want to be something, you better go out and at least beat that old motherfucker every time you're on the damn track.
Well, I think that's what it comes down to with the three champions that race in the league. All of them have this is my track. I am going to win it. Get out of my way. I am faster than you.
They have the
no
it
matter
factor.
what.
It's that Jordan
have
Kobe
that
mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the it factor.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure Chris just made himself a YouTube short.
Right, right.
Like that is fucking mate. I
But
agree
it's
with you.
true.
It is.
As a
true.
fellow-
It is
Absolutely.
As a Brit as well, I completely agree with you. Like, Lando, come on, dude. Like, let's push a bit harder, man.
true. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I think, man, Russell crying too much.
He can fuck off, man.
Lando being so hurt after losing the Russian Grand Prix because
Get
he
over
wouldn't
it.
listen to his
Spoiled
wouldn't listen
kid.
to his
But that was a lesson.
I think-
that was a lesson, and I
There
think
was a
it's okay to have lessons like that.
yeah.
Like, I think he thought he could push on those tires, and he overruled his engineers, and I think that's a lesson, and that's okay to have lessons. But I think I would rate Lando Norris higher up than George Russell. I think George Russell's a little prick. But Lando, I think, come on, dude. You've got this, man. You just need to zone in. You've got to focus. Like, you can't just be world champion.
And I
Like,
think
you got to focus.
I think Leclerc doesn't have the.
I think he's
He
lost faith
doesn't
in Ferrari.
have. Well, I don't think he has faith in himself either because anytime he pushes, he
Ends
wrecks.
up losing it.
Yeah.
And I think he's lost faith in himself also because he does that. And this is funny. This is something that Juan Pablo Montoya said after he came back and got into NASCAR after doing Formula One. He goes, put Michael Schumacher in a Formula One or in a NASCAR next to a NASCAR driver. The NASCAR driver is going to win all day long, not because he's a better driver, but because he doesn't let things get to him. He's like, NASCAR guys bump into each other all the time.
Yeah,
It's part of racing. He goes, you can't intimidate a NASCAR driver.
Yeah.
You can intimidate a Formula One driver.
Yeah, Jenson Button
100%.
says that. Yeah. He was
Yeah,
intimidated.
Jenson Button,
Get in there.
he's had that it's funny because he talks about it and he's like, yeah, it's completely different. Like, you have to have a different mentality. You're going to get bumped into. You're going to bump into people.
And he was scared.
You know,
He said he was a little scared.
because NASCAR drivers don't give a shit.
Nope.
You got 40 cars in the field.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
All
gotta
the
go. You
helmets
gotta
are
fucking
out.
push through. You have to.
You know,
push
I
through.
think
Yeah.
that's one of those
30,
things that
400-pound
would be-
cars that don't turn well or brake well. You're fighting for that real estate.
It's
Yeah,
mine.
for me.
and guess what?
Me,
And so much shit is talked to by Euros and people in the UK about NASCAR until they actually see like a NASCAR on track, like the modified NASCAR at Le Mans, and everybody was like,
man.
it's not exactly what we thought.
Yeah.
Oh, wait
Yeah.
a second.
Yeah, they were loving
That
it.
And yeah,
thing
going-
fucking
just-
shifted.
Yeah. Well, and guess what? Racing around in a circle is a completely different discipline. Can you get in a 3,400-pound car with 800 horsepower, race it at 200 miles an hour, 3 inches away from the guy beside you and in front of you?
Yeah.
And not wreck?
Yeah.
That
And
right
three
there.
inches from the wall
Exactly, and not
next to
wreck.
you.
Yeah, and 3 inches
look-
from the wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
And 3 inches from
Dan,
the wall, not wreck.
Did you guys see the Daytona there?
Yeah, I
the,
watched it.
the Coca 400.
I did not get to watch the
No.
Coke 400.
They were they even the announcers were like, "Holy cow!" Because they were 3 wide for like 5 laps at the beginning of the race.
Oh,
Just a
wow.
parking lot of cars going 200 miles. It was insane. It was just like
Yeah.
you were waiting for like someone
The
to get
big wreck.
squirrely and take everyone out.
Big
But no, and then they
cars,
they
could
slowed
race
it.
side by
They
side.
got into it happened at the end when they got 3 wide. But like
Yeah.
it was just like, oh my god, I'd never seen anything like it. 40 cars, 3x3x3x3x3, all the way through the field. Like, it was insanity. It was just like, holy
Being
shit.
in the middle of that, yeah, you're
Someone's
shitting your
about to
pants.
die.
Oh yeah.
I thought somebody was going to die. Like, and nope, they sorted themselves out, went up 2. At one point, they were 1 wide. And then people got tired of it, and it was just like, fuck this, and went back to 2, and then it got close to the end, and they were like, all right, let's go 3 again. And it was just like, oh shit, here it comes, and it happened.
Damn.
Well, the Formula One racing has become a little bit different too because of I think, sorry to say it, the newer Formula One drivers have been pampered a lot. I saw a great video of Felipe Massa in 2007 against one of the Williams at Fuji, and it's literally them banging into the side of each other in the wet,
right.
like full wet, racing from halfway through the second sector all the way until you get to the third sector down the straightaway, and they are sliding in next to each other, they're banging into each other, they're driving on the grass, back on the track, and it's some of the most exciting racing. I'm like, that's the way. They don't do that anymore. They don't do that anymore, partially because it's not allowed, and they start, oh my gosh, he's hit me, but he got too close to me when I tried to pass him.
Well, you look at
tell you
those
what's
wings
become,
and they'll
dude.
snap.
Go on, dude. Go on.
Oh, did I cut out?
Yeah, go on. You're right.
Yeah, if you look at their front wings or their rear wings, if you look at them wrong, they snap. So those parts aren't as durable as they used to be on those fucking things. And you think they would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all the carbon fiber and shit.
For me, it's fucking the equivalent of for you guys it's soccer, but like English football versus rugby, aka American football. So it's literally like soccer versus American football. Like in England, football versus rugby. It's like, so Formula One is the football where people like to get a slight little tackle and they're rolling around the floor as if they fucking got a hernia or whatever. Like I've just taken a fucking IED or something. And then the rugby sides are like, they walk through the IED and go, fucking come on, where's the rest of it?
Yeah, exactly.
That is NASCAR versus F1 in my opinion. Like
that's a good analogy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a different way of thinking. It's a completely different way of thinking.
Like, you being in the UK, Jamie, is American football gaining any traction there? And could your country host a team from the NFL for 17 weeks and be profitable?
It could. It just doesn't get the publicity, mate. Like,
okay.
Yeah, like if it had the publicity where it was, we've had the NFL trying to like breach in.
I know they push it. They're there every year and stuff, and doing 2 games a year, and trying to get it to launch. So I just wanted to talk to somebody who actually lives there, and is there any traction of it ever?
Well, there are
really
lots of.
In your opinion.
I can tell you when I was there last, what was it, 2019?
You said you saw a lot of
lots of jerseys on guys coming back from the pubs, heading back home to Milton Keynes, like from whatever it is, Paddington Station, or I can't remember. Hopping on the train there and headed up to Milton Keynes, and the trains were packed with guys wearing NFL jerseys. And then I talked with my friend Sarah, and she's like, "Oh yeah." Like, that's a thing. Like, there are guys that hop on the train to go to London to watch their favorite American football team play.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it was very odd. Like, my buddy Rob and I were like looking at each other. What the fuck is this?
Right?
It hasn't got the traction yet. Like, it hasn't taken off.
Okay.
Like,
not tailgating there yet, eh?
It hasn't got the media support yet. Like, I think what it needs is like British teams in the NFL. Like, it needs, the equivalent of like Manchester United.
They eventually want, that's what they want eventually, is to put a team in London and do that. So
it needs the equivalent of like the British teams, like Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal. It needs those equivalents, but in the NFL league. in that arena. Because at the moment, it's not really. I've seen it advertised, but it's not taken off.
Okay.
I think that predominantly comes down to the fact that we've got rugby, and rugby kind of overrules the American football over here.
Well, rugby players are tougher than NFL players because they don't use pads.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, but it's just
the
the type
rugby
of gameplay.
players aren't also fucking 260 pounds and run a 4.5 and a 44-inch standing Bert and can bench press 225 27 times, and the football players are they're freak athletes. Now, don't get me wrong, there are good rugby top players. One of the best rugby players tried playing in the NFL, and he actually did make the team for 2 seasons and shit like that with the Niners. But he's like these guys are on a whole different level than us rugby players. He's like, it's
kind
just
of one
crazy.
of those things. It's kind of like rugby, no equipment kind of thing, and you bang, and it's like very physical compared to like the NFL. But NFL, they need to have the equipment before.
Dude, it's a car crash every
or
play.
they will kill somebody.
Well, see, and this is
somebody would die.
I think
they're steroid fucking freaks.
Right.
Like they're just
Yeah.
I think it would become more interesting if they made the equipment less, because it would make them slow down. There's part of the problem is, the equipment has gotten better, but that's just encouraged more of these guys to get bigger and faster, and you're ending up with more real bad concussions and shit like that. I think
evolution of the human being. Again, 30, 40 years ago, an offensive lineman was our size, 250 pounds. That was a big man in the NFL. Now you're 330.
Whew, God damn.
Yeah. The game changed. Again, back then you were 6'2", 6'3", 250. You were a big dude in the NFL. Again, you have left tackles that are 6'7", 330 pounds. You have defensive tackles that are 6'2", 330 that are just lightning quick and agile.
6'2", 330.
Yeah. And they're just these bowling balls, and they're just these freak super athletes. And then you have wide receivers that are 6'2", 215 pounds that run a 4.2, 4.3 40, and again have a 40+ inch standing vert, and their hands are bigger than their hands are huge, and they can just jump out of the building and. They're freak athletes, NFL players.
What about their penis size? Is it big too?
Oh, that's huge.
Just a question I have. Just coming from my side.
They got third legs.
I was hoping that Todd could provide me. Todd could provide me with those stats too.
You don't want to be standing around those guys.
No.
Running with a third leg is fucking insane.
Make you feel bad about yourself.
Yeah, it would.
Oh, nothing. Nah, I already feel bad about myself.
My hog doesn't touch the floor like yours.
Dragging it along like a fucking anchor.
Swinging willies. All of them are swinging willies.
It's like NBA players.
Those are my punter, because
the sad thing is
the punter's got the smallest because he gets squished every time he tries to kick.
My problem is my bag is so big. I gotta strap it down at night so it doesn't end up coming up over my face and smothering me like a plastic bag.
Those old man balls.
This took third real quick.
What do you do with the driver?
Off the rails.
Yeah.
It took a long time though. It took a long time to go off the rails completely.
Yeah.
So
Chris is here like, what the fuck am I doing here?
We get wild.
I thought we were talking cars. Now it's football and dicks.
Football.
Chris is tuned out.
Was it big? Is it a big one?
Oh my god.
And on that note,
it's always entertaining. That's for sure.
Right.
That's for sure.
I wanted to ask you guys real quick. Piastri, how do you think Piastri will do? I mean, he's only a couple years in. I think he could be one that could win
a championship.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Dude, until Max retires, which he had. He's
Oh
only
yeah,
25.
yeah. I mean, you gotta wait
26,
till that guy's gone.
I think in a couple weeks. So,
but I think future down the line,
until he's 40. I mean, is he racing 14 years? If that's the case, he's probably winning 10 more championships.
Right. And how?
Yeah.
I mean, Max has been going for a while. It didn't take he didn't start winning.
God, so, dude, he's 20. He's 25 years. Were you winning world champions?
But he was at 19. He was 19 when he joined.
Yeah, but still.
It took him like 7 years to get 6 years.
I'm pretty sure. He's youngest.
The problem Jordan didn't come in and start winning world championships as a fucking rookie in '85. Shit didn't happen.
And let's be honest. Hold on, before we say we gotta say this though. The reason Max was able to win that championship was the development of the Red Bull.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Because we all know you put the fastest driver you can in a shit car, he's not going to be racist.
It's going to be a shit car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chuck Max Verstappen in a fucking Williams.
Right? And then you, exactly. Exactly. Chuck him in, put him in a car that he hasn't helped develop to his driving style.
Yeah.
Look at Michael Schumacher.
That's the one thing too.
Built for him.
Michael Schumacher actually helped develop their cars, like the Ferrari. So he spent hours and hours and hours helping them develop their car, and they became fucking unstoppable. And it's the same as like Red Bull with Max. Max is giving the feedback they need, and he's quite brutal with it as well. Like,
he was saying that shit over the weekend. What the hell happened to the car? It's out of control. What'd you guys do to it?
It
was great.
Yeah.
But I think Max
he doesn't give a shit. He'll give his feedback immediately.
As he should. And every driver
should.
You have to.
Yeah.
You do.
Not before the silly season there, the last race there, like when he almost got knocked out of qualifying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's when they after that, when he barely made it in, he came back to the garage and they're like, all right, well that didn't work. What do you want us to do? They basically tried to build a car without listening to Max at all. Like they tried to set it up for what they actually thought, and it almost knocked them out of quality. And they're like, "We're sorry, Max. What do you want us to do then? We'll listen now." And it was like, okay. And then boom, what happens? Goes from barely 10th to fucking beats everybody like through 7/10 or some fucking thing in quality. And then because the car is designed around him. It's not the same as anybody else. You can't get another driver that doesn't, in there. That car would not suit like Hamilton. It would not suit like, anybody else. It suits him. Like that's why Perez has so much of a fucking problem, because it's not built for him.
Right.
I have a feeling Perez. Yeah, I have a feeling Perez likes a car that has. Well, he is in his own head, but I also think he likes a car that is more understeery, and Max likes a car that's
turns
more
on
pointy.
a dime.
He wants. Turns in, and he'll control the rear end as much as he can. I think Perez likes a car that he turns in, has a strong rear end, and then he controls the corner with his right foot, as opposed to Max is turning in and just beating the car. He's like Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso in that shitty fucking Renault, the reason he got that car to work was how he treated the front tires. If you watch him, he put that Renault, when he won championships, into intentional understeer because the car had trouble generating front tire grip. So he would turn the wheel hard, the wheels would go, to the right or the left all the way. And then by the time he hit the exit of the corner, the tires had heated up and would pull him through. It's crazy, and that's the way he drives the car still. He's very, very, he makes the car do what he wants it to, as opposed to doing what the car is sort of built to do.
Who are we talking about?
Fernando Alonso.
Yeah, crazy. I've seen those videos of him, like, he literally sharp turns his wheel in, like full cranks.
Full crank.
And you see the front wheels fully steer in. Like anyone else would be like, fucking hell, mate, what are you doing? You're oversteering. But
he's like, nope. He's like, this is how the car has to be driven, and he won 2 world championships because of it.
Yeah.
But again, it's how it's not just the car, but it's the car and the driver, and how that's how you win championships. Is the best car built for the best driver, and you win championships. Why? That's why that car for Lewis.
Yeah,
that's why it works so well. That's why the Mercedes worked so well for Lewis, was because it was really developed around him. Nico Rosberg was sort of there for the development, but
every car
they
should
built
be
that car
around your number one driver,
right?
And then again for everybody. So yeah, number two driver just has to deal with the setup, and hopefully they can make it work.
That's essentially what happened with Mercedes, with Bottas and Hamilton. Like Bottas could have been a world champion, but he just had to put up with Lewis's car. Much.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because that dude can drive, man. Bottas can drive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
he can. Absolutely. Well, and it's so, again, it comes down to how do you deal with that as a driver? Like, do you end up just giving up like so many second drivers do, and they're just like, well, I'm the second driver.
Well, Bottas didn't give up,
and they just sort of no.
There was times when he was like, they said to him, "Oh, give the position back," and he was like, "Fuck you, no, I'm going for this."
Yeah, he's like, no, this is my race. Just be,
Yeah, it doesn't matter, does it? A Mercedes car is going to get on the podium, so fuck you.
Yeah. Yep. No, it's just an interesting thing.
It should be about the construction, and in their brain, Mercedes, for example, with Bottas, should have been more like, it's a constructor thing.
Yeah.
We don't really, when it comes down to it, you really shouldn't give two shits about the driver.
Exactly.
It's about the team. You know what I mean? So, like, where it comes to like Max, Max, it doesn't matter because he's just one of those rare kind of drive people that it doesn't matter. I think as long as the car is half decent, he's going to be right there.
Yeah.
But he's going to also be driving the best car because he won't go to a shitty team. So if Red Bull doesn't pull its line, he will jump to Ferrari, Mercedes, whoever, because every team will sign Max Verstappen, regardless.
Oh,
you want to sign? Okay, you're fired.
For sure.
Come on in, Max. Someone will literally get fired if he wanted to come to the team. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, Lewis, you're washed up. Fucking Max is coming in. If it came to it, like, whatever. Like, he's that kind of driver. So, but when it comes to, like, it should be about, working as a team. You're not fighting, not worrying about, positioning points. So.
I'd love to see Max in a Williams car. Just for a fucking day drive.
Right. Yeah. See what you can do with it.
What can you do with this?
Yep.
Let's see what you can do with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at what Album's doing with it. Like,
why can't they do that? Why can't they say
somebody? Yeah.
Why can't that be a feature within F1 where Williams say, look, we understand it's going to cost a lot of money, but we're willing to, for this season, we're going to hire Max to drive our car for one weekend to give us data analysis.
Mm-hmm.
And
because that's the other thing that would, something like that would make sense, because if you had someone who, like, obviously drives different from everybody in a way, go into your car, he can be like, oh, it's absolute shit, or oh, it's great, look at it, fucking okay, so this actually does work, or that doesn't work. You get more of that feedback from an all-star.
It's like Niki Lauda. You chuck Niki Lauda in any car, and he fucking knew, man. He fucking knew. Like, he get into like a normal road car, he would get into go, oh yeah, you're fucking. Your rear right suspension's out, your fucking dampeners are out, your fucking, all you got to do is drive it for a few hundred meters.
What are you getting mad at me for?
I'm not.
Kids mad at dad. That's what's happening.
Well, that happens a lot.
It's it's one of those things where it would be cool. It would be cool. And you realize that some of your best drivers are the best at feedback. Like, if you read Jensen Button's book, he didn't think about that.
Yeah.
And then somebody got a hold of him and was like, no, you've got to give us the correct feedback. You got to become part of the team. And when he did, he became his car got better, which meant was a better driver. You know, he got better placements. He got more points. But it's all working with the team and getting the car working, and especially for yourself.
That is why the average sim racer, like us, except for Chris, we don't have the understanding to give that feedback. So, say there's sim racers like James Baldwin, who and Jimmy Broadbent that have been given the opportunity to race for real companies and cars. The average sim racer like myself and maybe you guys, we wouldn't get given that opportunity because we didn't have a fucking clue. We ain't got a clue.
Not a clue.
I thought I wouldn't give the opportunity because I couldn't fit.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to say it. But,
yeah.
I was being kind.
Oh, they don't make cars for me. That would be a big fat car.
Yeah, Chuck Chris in a car.
Those guys can actually buy their cars. Like Jimmy owns his fucking car.
Oh.
That's how much money he makes.
Yeah,
he does now. Yeah, he bought at Praga, right? He didn't buy it before.
No,
but he does now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
dude,
bastard.
I mean,
I'm sorry. I know that Jimmy's had some his own things in life and such, but my God, that guy has a blessed life now.
Killing it.
Hey, what
my God, racing cars. He's got a fucking Nürburgring 24-hour team now.
With it.
You can't take it away from these guys, though, man. They jumped on the wagon at the right time, and they've earned it. You know, you can't fucking take it away from them.
No,
like Steve.
No.
They grinded that shit.
And we're all trying it, but we're not.
No.
We can try, but these guys are the pioneers, and there's no denying that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, and like I've always said, this isn't my job. This is my hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that, mate. Yeah, but I like doing this because I just like doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I need something to think about whilst I'm at work, fucking laying bricks.
Right.
It's fucking
right.
You know, like. Fuck me, laying bricks. You lay one, you've laid them all. They're all
it gets boring.
So I need something to think about. I'm sure it's.
I drive laps in my head.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll be at work doing things, and I'll be doing laps, and like, make sure I gotta get off over the side here, follow it out to the fucking outside, use the whole track. Like I'm doing laps in my head.
I'm at work thinking of pitch strategies. Because it takes me that long to think of the fucking maths. But like, yeah.
Same here.
It's a great distraction. I can't stop doing it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what keeps us sane.
Sim racing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll always.
It keeps us. I tried stepping away from it for a month. I couldn't resist.
Right.
I can't resist, man. I've got to come back. I can't. I've tried stepping away from it for a month, and I can't. Just can't do it.
I can't even a couple days, and it's just like, oh fuck, I gotta drive.
Yeah. I've had a long weekend off now camping. I went camping with my family, which is great and all that.
Ooh, nice.
But I came back literally today. I spent the whole day doing post-camping fucking cleaning. Literally cleaning the fucking tent, like bollocks.
Mm-hmm.
I can't have admin stewing in the house. I have to get it upon it and just get it done.
Mm-hmm.
And all I've had on my mind is this podcast.
Sim racing.
With you guys, having a few drinks, shooting about sim racing, and I mean, I've had too many drinks now, but I just want to get out on track and fucking tear it up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Now, do you do proper camping? Do you do proper camping, or do you get on your pull your caravan out to a caravan park and camp that way?
I've done both. So when I do it on my own, I go out with just a hammock and a poncho. Stick a poncho up.
He does real camping.
I do a hammock up and a poncho over my hammock. When I go out as a family, we go out in our shitty piece of shit fucking car, and then we set up a massive tent, but with air beds and shit for the kids.
Yeah,
but,
you gotta have.
But for myself, I've done my fair share of wild camping.
Did you have nice weather? did you get any
No,
rain?
it fucking rained.
Oh,
And especially August. Like, so August for UK is supposed to be like, the peak of summer.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
And it fucking rained every day.
Oh, shit.
But, that's what builds your character, makes you stronger and all that bollocks, right?
Yeah.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's good for the kids to get rained on and cold.
For me,
Yeah.
that's
It
all
makes
I had
it
in my
so much.
mind.
It makes it so
Yeah.
much easier for you.
In my mind, I just had, it makes the kids tougher for the revolution. That's how I
Yeah.
But they're ready. They're ready to fight.
Yeah.
Good. It's coming.
Yeah.
Got to teach them
Yeah.
those skills that'll survive in the wilderness.
Exactly, mate. Yeah. Teach them how to light fire and shit.
How many fucking millennials would be dead?
Oh,
Exactly, man. Yeah.
tons.
Oh my gosh.
I want to teach my kids to race, but I want to teach them to survive as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though I can't race,
Yeah.
but
You've been killing it, dude.
Yeah, you've been doing great.
Way better than I would ever. So
it's progress is any progress, I suppose. But yeah, I have no doubt. I'll jump onto Gran Turismo and you guys will fucking smash it. I don't know what it is. Since I changed my brake settings, so I now have really hard brake pedals, like really fucking hard.
That's how mine are.
Yep, same.
And I jumped onto Gran Turismo and I'm dog shit. Any other sim, it's like okay, I can work with it, but Gran Turismo, I
Oh, really?
It's probably because you don't have an American.
What?
Exactly.
It's a really good account.
I said it's because you don't have an American account. If you had an American account,
Right.
you'd
Maybe.
be better.
Right. Ooh.
That's
I had to go on Basic Ollie's fucking pedals. He's got those fucking stupid what do you call Invictus fucking or Vectus fucking
Like
pedals.
hydraulic
Inverted
ones?
Yeah, and I had to go on them. I was like, okay, I'll have a go. Fucking hell, mate! I have to go to the gym to press his brake pedal. I was like, you fucking shitting me.
How was it like jumping on somebody else's rig and set up?
It would take some getting used to, man. Like I don't like.
I can imagine.
The triples, like for me, they suck. I don't know how the fuck he does that. And like I was driving on his rig as he does. His pedals are rock hard, like even harder than the ones I've got now.
Damn.
I was like, oh, fuck. And the next day, because I spent the weekend camping with Josh, the guy that fucking drives with him. Like, fucking hell, Josh, like his pedals are rock hard. Like, is that how he drives? And he's done his fair share of Formula Ford. Formula Ford.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, mate, that's how it is. Like, that's how the cars are. The pedals are rock hard. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. And that's how he has his setup as well. So, okay. So that same weekend, I came back, neglected my family. I was like, no, I've got to go in there.
You got to set my brakes up.
Yeah, I got to set my brakes up.
Hard enough, damn it.
I crawled in there. I was like, making them hard. I was like, fuck off. Like, so I made them like real hard. And yeah, like for ACC and iRacing, it works. And straight away, my pace increased like by half a second.
Oh, wow.
But then I went on like Gran Turismo and I was like,
Can't get the.
And it went to shit. I was going to enter a league on Gran Turismo. And I did like the pre-league quali where they determine your splits. And I was like, mate, this is not working. I don't know what it was.
No, it's perfect.
Out.
You get into the league where you're lower, and you'll speed up and beat them all.
I just
and then you win.
Listen, there's a league. Sometimes there's the league that Mike and I were in, and they decided to redo qualifying because there had been a suspension.
Yeah, the update.
So it bumped Sean up to where Mike and I had been, and Mike and I down one league, and Mike and I dominated.
Yeah, 1-2.
And it was guess what? And it was their fault. Mm-hmm. It was their fault. Yeah. We should have been in the higher league, but they wanted to re-qualify everybody. So what happened? But the cool thing about that is we were able to race with a bunch of really cool guys, and we got introduced to people that we still race with from over in England and Europe. So
what time do
You
you
know.
race when you race people in England? Because I'd love to race with you guys. I see your times on the PlayStation sometimes. I think, I got to beat that motherfucker. Yeah, but it'd be great to race with you guys like in real time.
Usually it's
usually it's
I guess
noon
it's
hour time, so 8 your time. Yeah.
8 my time.
So anywhere from
should
like
work,
I guess
right?
7 till
That should work.
9 somewhere.
Yeah.
That should work. Is that all week long?
Yeah, that's that's
Weekends.
usually when we
yes,
do
Saturday.
it.
Yeah,
that's
weekends.
weekend.
Weekends.
Yeah, we can't do
And
weekday.
then we do our races and stream. Now basically it would be 4 in the morning.
Yeah, it'd be 4 in the morning for you. Yeah, because we
that's
start
4 in the morning?
on our
Mhm.
evening.
Yeah, we start our streams here at 8 in the evening
On Monday.
So-
Yeah, so it's like what? It's like
on Mondays. Yeah.
12:30. It's like just after midnight for you.
Let's see.
I can only really do that on the
8
weekend.
4. Hold on, 8.
Yeah,
so
so we
it's
only
4
usually
4
go
in the
for
morning
a couple
for him.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we only go for a
12:30
couple
there?
hours. So
12:30 where you're at,
Yeah,
Jimmy?
yeah. Right now it's 12:32. Yeah.
Damn. You got to work in the morning too.
Too
Don't you?
late.
Oh, you're off. That's
No,
right.
no,
Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
no.
right.
Yeah.
He's off.
it's a good bank holiday.
Yeah.
He's got a bank holiday.
Jimbo could live over there.
They're right in.
Fit right in.
Why? Well, yeah. What's up with this bank
talk to
holiday? Oh.
What a prick.
That's Jim.
Yeah,
you
he's
asshole.
Good
right.
times.
Yep. Oh.
Good
Or is it a
times.
right good holiday? See? Well, when I go to England, I pull out my accent, and no one has a clue. I'm
Yeah,
from
I'm not
the
surprised.
States.
They're never the one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sounds pretty good.
Just-
Just
Just drop all of my H's. Say hello,
Hello.
and I pronounce it H.
Where's that?
Oh,
Leeds?
H.
Are you from Leeds?
But
I
my
know.
kids started watching Harry Potter, so they've been walking around trying to talk like that. Oh, Harry Potter. What, Harry Potter?
Harry Potter can fuck off a little
Right?
specky twat.
See, when
That
Harry
little
Potter
specky
came
git.
around, I was too old for it, so I never got into it.
Nah, my missus loves it, but I'm like, she said, "Oh, you gonna watch this for me?" I'm like, no, I fucking ain't.
Right? It's not good. Not good. But now they want to go to Universal Studios and go back to the Harry Potter world. Because when we went the one time, we had they were talking to us. I'm like, dude, you can save it because I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then he dropped the act.
I've worked on because I've done some work on film sets, and I worked on a Harry Potter film set with
yeah.
Colin. Is it Colin Farrell?
Oh,
he did
yeah.
one, right?
Yeah,
Fantastic
we
Beasts.
know you've been on lots of film sets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jamie
Right.
Kennedy. He's the star of the
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
fuck you, bastard.
Listen,
Who's the
Jamie
star of the show?
Kennedy, you've been on so many films.
You just admitted to it. You just freaking admitted to it.
I
was.
You're
Yeah.
lying about
WB.
it. Yeah.
He's been
Having
trying
the
to
number
pretend
one
the entire
show.
time.
Right?
Yeah.
Number one.
There it is, motherfucker.
Have you worked on
Now,
any
when you
Star
wrote down
Wars
who's
sets?
most wanted,
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah, I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Which ones? I love Star
the one
Wars.
where,
The ones that you
I
worked
geek
on?
out on. I geek out on the Star Wars.
There was the one guy that had the lightsaber, and there was another guy that had one,
Oh, what's
and
it?
they
What's
were
the
like,
guy?
"Ooh,
The
the
red one, the
Force."
blue one.
What's the guy that plays Han Solo? What's his fucking name?
Yeah.
Oh, Harrison Ford.
Yeah, so I worked on the same film set that he crushed his leg in a hydraulic ram.
Oh,
There's
so
a
that was,
hydraulic ram for a door, and he
Mhm.
crushed his leg in it.
oh
worked in
shit!
that
So
film
that
set.
was that
Yeah.
the when they were bringing him back with old Bray. So episodes
I have no idea.
don't
I
even
just
know.
remember.
Oh, boy.
7,
it was
episode
literally-
7.
Do you know what? Like, the way that film sets work, like for you guys, you used to see the film set like they're fucking working somewhere like crazy on some planet, but he's literally in a barn. It was called Black Barn 7 or something. It was a
Mhm.
barn in the middle of a fucking field.
The fuck?
and in the middle of nowhere, and you go to this barn, and inside the barn, there's all these different scenes set up inside this barn.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and that is literally where he was. It was like a hydraulic ram that fucking crushed his. I think it was his leg or his
Yeah, I
arm.
think so. I think it was his
Yeah,
leg.
yeah, he crushed his leg, and it was like, fuck.
Old
And that was
Harrison
it.
Ford.
Man.
Right?
I was
That
thinking,
was-
cha-ching, that's
That
fucking
story
overtime.
Oh,
right
yeah,
there
dude.
just changed my life.
Mm.
Come on, Jim. You love Star Wars.
No,
Yeah,
I love Star
no.
Wars.
so
no. I remember the original
Yeah.
Star Wars
Dude, that's
where
the
they
best.
were good.
Yeah, that's the best.
Then I
forgot-
remember when they reintroduced them and changed shit.
Yeah.
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 Well,
I think I've worked on.
And then I remember when Disney bought them, and now they're just milking that cow for all the cash.
They
they
lost
can.
him. Jar Jar
yeah, they
Binks.
did. The Mando series was
Jar
good.
Jar Binks. That was solid.
And this new Ahsoka series that just started was actually pretty. It was
Cool.
pretty brutal.
Was that?
That's so amazing.
The bad guys were awesome.
I've done Star Wars, Assassin's Creed.
Oh, with old Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
Oh, he loves driving that Porsche. That's a
He's
good
good, right?
series to watch on their YouTube. That Porsche series.
I didn't really get to speak to him. He kind of like just fucking thought I was some sort of prick, so he left me alone. Like, he didn't speak to me. But yeah, I didn't really get to speak to him much. I saw him and worked on the set, but I didn't really get to speak to him too
Damn.
much.
Dude, you guys would have bonded over racing if he would have known that.
Yeah, we would have had a night,
Oh,
night
yeah.
together.
He
Like,
would have
like,
loved you.
candlelit,
Just
yeah.
been
Yeah.
making out with each other over that shit.
Yeah.
Been
And I would have
best
like
Yeah,
been on his leg like a fucking
bestest friends ever.
Right?
yeah. Spaffing up his leg.
you remember that one time? You remember that one time in the Porsche Cup Series that you got on YouTube? Remember that one time when you crashed? That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Pretty
I was
bad.
like,
Hey, you remember that one time? Remember that one time when you did really good at that one race? I was happy. Yeah, it's nice. It's pretty
are
cool.
we friends now?
Right? I think we are. I think we are. We're best
Are we
friends now,
besties?
Michael. I can call you Michael, right?
Hey, let me text you. What's your number?
Yeah, what's your number? What's your number there?
Get an email? Got an email?
You're a great driver. Yeah, the way you drive that Porsche is so good. Love it.
Yeah. I wish you dropped me
that's
like a
funny.
Porsche.
What? Oh man.
Woo!
We're going right off the rails.
I've got a stick. I've got a
Right
stick.
on.
Can you drive me like one of your French girls? Oh wait, that's a whole different movie.
We've literally, like, we've just literally steered off into another.
Oh yeah. And on that note, I think the anniversary episode is over. And if you,
Oh,
it's gonna be
already in the
split. It's
books.
gonna be split into two parts.
Two parts.
Part
Two
one
parts. That's a two-part
and
series.
Part two.
Part two.
Longest episode ever. Dude, we
What
hit
is it? How long?
2.5, 225 right now.
Wow.
225.
Yeah, that flew by.
Yeah.
I'd listen to it. If I was at work, I'd listen to it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it'll be part one will
need
be up
to.
tomorrow. Well, hopefully they'll both be up. So people can just listen back to back. But yeah, thanks everyone for listening to the anniversary episode of the DGDR podcast. Thanks again to whoever used our affiliate link that paid for the pod for the year.
Yeah.
Thanks to the
Contact
boys.
us. Let us know who you
Yeah,
are.
thanks to the Hako and Jamie for joining us on this anniversary episode. So thanks, guys.
And we
Appreciate it.
will be returning season 2.
Yep.
Season 2 starts in
Next
2
week.
Next week.
Yeah.
Nice.
Next week, yeah.
Jumping into it.
I thought we were off, or we have
No, that's not till.
because you guys.
No, that's not till the
October.
middle of
Yeah.
September.
Oh,
Daddy.
okay.
This
Middle of
daddy will be
September,
gone.
yeah.
Perfect.
Well,
Yeah,
2
this
weeks
daddy will be
hiatus.
gone too.
Yeah, we'll announce that when that gets closer. We'll be gone for a couple of weeks or
Our
something like
sad
that. Yeah.
Yep,
But
couple weeks.
yeah, anybody want to shout
But that's not
anything
for
out?
a couple weeks, so don't worry.
Any
I'll
shout
go.
That's
outs?
all tonight on
Where can
YouTube.
people find you, Chris?
Happy birthday.
Oh, he's muted. He's busy racing right now.
Fuck you, Chris.
What's your? What are your socials there, Jamie?
Don't worry about my social dudes, but yeah, I mean, we got to do more of these podcasts. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed us doing them.
Fuck yeah, man.
you guys
We've
can
told you.
shoot
We've
shit,
told
so-
you.
Yeah,
All you gotta
I
do
know.
is say, "Oi, oh, hold on, oi, we'll be on your podcast," and we'll be like, "Oh, okay, yeah." We can
Yeah, if
definitely
you
do
ever
that.
feeling like you want to come on, just let us know, because then we can set it to be earlier in the day, and we'll make it
Yeah,
work,
man.
baby. We'll make
I
that
need
shit
to,
work.
Yeah, we can make it work.
I got to start putting PDX on my fucking liveries because it's fucking.
Ooh.
Yeah, I love you guys, man. It's fucking weird.
Yeah,
Ooh,
we
yeah.
love you.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta.
You're a big fan.
You need to be get the DGDR
Yeah,
podcast
the
on there too.
DGDR
yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
There you go.
Send me any logos you got, and I'll.
Yeah.
We need to start putting them on my fucking livery.
Or is it okay if it's in a SVG
JPEG.
file?
What JPEG?
So right, if it's in an
JPEG.
SVG file, does that work for you?
Is that bloody work? Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it work? Yeah.
God, we could all do it. We could all survive down there. They wouldn't even know we were American.
Yeah. Would not even guess.
Not even one bit.
Oh, what are you, some sort of wanker?
Can we just say, hey, governor?
What is that?
Hey.
Fucking rolling pin.
Hello.
Oh my God, we are.
You make me a fucking cake.
We can say cunt out there, right? We can say
That's
cunt.
Australia. That's
Okay.
Australia.
Okay. Wrong place. Can't say cunt
Yeah, but
out
you shouldn't use the word bitch because they get really pissed.
there. Hey, listen here, you bloody bitch.
You bloody
that's
cunt.
cunt.
You bloody bitch.
You bloody
Yeah.
cunt.
Yeah. Ooh.
The
Mm.
worst
Doesn't have
worst
the
I think
same
I was.
ring.
Get your bloody fanny out of my face. Ooh.
How many people
Bloody
are still
wanker.
listening?
Worst reaction was cunt.
He's a
Right?
bloody wanker.
Sign out.
All right.
Peace.
All right. We're out of here. We're out of here.
We're gone.
Have a great week. We'll talk to you
have a
next
good
week.
Racing, everybody.
Yeah, we'll see you tonight. Bye.
Yeah, see you tonight. Bye.
Peace.
See ya. Thanks, Jamie. Thanks, Chris.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
Bye.
Thanks.